Thank you for tuning in to As It Lays. Today's subject is Bob Newhart. Bob, thank you for being here.
Thank you, Alex.
We'll just get started with the questions.
Terrific.
As a child, did you eat your vegetables?
No, and as an adult, I still don't. To the consternation of my wife.
Do you prefer to give or receive presents?
Oh, give. But that's something you would say, even if you preferred receiving, you would still say you enjoy giving more. Because you're a public figure. And we demand certain things of public figures, that they be nice.
Are you ever mistaken for another celebrity?
Not another celebrity, for myself. When I travel, I'm doing less now, but when I used to travel extensively, and you'd go to Cleveland or whatever city, and more often than not, people would say, "You sure look like him."
Are you your own toughest critic?
Probably.
Is there a film that you've watched more times than you'd care to admit?
No, there's a film I've watched a great deal of, but I don't mind admitting I watched it, and that would be Dr. Strangelove, which you resemble with those glasses.
What's the first thing you do when you wake up?
I'll try to go back to sleep.
What does authenticity mean to you?
Everything.
Have you led a charmed life?
Charmed is too. I wouldn't call it charmed. I'd call it it's been a very good life. It's beyond anything I imagined. It still is. I kind of liken it to, like, I mean, life is like walking down a street, and then you turn a corner and you hear this crash of this safe falling from the 5th floor, and you think to yourself, "Oh, that almost hit me."
What's your favorite party game?
I haven't played a party game in years. I guess as a kid, War was my favorite, which shows the kind of bellicose side of the comedian.
Why do so many marriages end in divorce?
Because there are too many marriages.
Aside from marijuana, would you choose to legalize any other drugs?
No, I would probably choose to make illegal cigarettes. Because in 1985 I gave up smoking. And since I've given it up, I think everybody else should give it up.
What has been the high point of your career?
Well, I don't know if you'd call it the high point, but the one that sticks out for a peculiar reason. I was being inducted into the Television Hall of Fame, along with, huge stars, Johnny Carson, Lucille Ball. The award went to Phil Donahue, the talk show host, Dick Clark, of course, the America Bandstand, myself. There were 2 posthumous awards. One was Goodson Todman. I think it was Mark Goodson posthumously was inducted. And Jack Webb for Dragnet. And when I was still an accountant, it occurred to me that we'd go on a cigarette break, actually, at the time, and gather around the water cooler, the proverbial water cooler, but it was a water cooler. And we would talk about last night's episode of Dragnet. And there were Jack Webb's daughters accepting posthumously his award. And to borrow a phrase from Virginia Slims, again, cigarettes, it occurred to me, you've come a long way, baby.
Who should be Time Magazine's next Person of the Year?
Me.
Have you ever been a nail biter?
Oh, terrible. Terrible nail biter. I'm not proud of it.
What is it that makes Los Angeles such a special place?
It's always the people. It's the make-believe. It carries over into other occupations, especially in Los Angeles. I mean, in magazines, they'll show best dermatologists in Los Angeles. And there'll be like 5 guys. And that's their Academy Awards. I don't know if they're the best or if they paid.
If you could instantly be the foremost expert in any subject known to man, which would you choose?
Life expectancy, because then I would know when I was going to die. So I wouldn't make plans and I'd probably save money, because I'm only going to have it for like another 4 or 5 months. So
have you ever asked for a promotion at work?
No, I was more worried about keeping my job than asking for a promotion. Although I was promoted once, they offered me a promotion, I turned it down, I was an accountant with U.S. Gypsum, I think it was, in Chicago, and they were going to transfer me to their Poland Springs, Maine plant, and that was when I decided to give up a couple of years of my life and find out if I could be a comedian.
If the world was ending tomorrow, what would you do tonight?
I think I'd go back to Scotch.
What do you want the world to know about Bob Newhart? People tell me all the time, I'll be on a plane going somewhere and they'll say, thank you for all the laughs. And my answer is, but I enjoyed it along with you. I mean, I enjoyed being a comedian as much as they enjoy watching me comede. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for being here.
It certainly was a challenge.
Thank you for watching. Thank you, Bob.